Folks, we are live. Welcome to Gamers Health. I am Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR. And I've got a belch waiting to come out. Oh my God.
Don't do that anymore.
Sorry, I'm just trying to do my impressions of my lovely wife. But in any case,
Excuse me?
in any case, with me tonight, as always on
Nuh-uh, it
Saturday
wasn't
night,
me.
is my lovely wife, Rachel. Rach. What? What? I'm completely innocent. Completely innocent. Oh, hi,
Hi.
Sadie. Our kitty is like, I don't know if I want to be a part of
Oh,
this.
she's like, I'm going to be a puppet doll.
I'm just going to look down on you from my perch.
Hi.
So, Mr. Gunn, welcome. And I don't speak the French. I don't know what the French is. My French is limited to oui, oui, poo, poo, caca. And howdy, yes.
A good night to you.
I don't know Espa. Listen, I worked retail in a major department store in New York City, and I initially was there as a part timer. You worked evenings and weekends, and I worked with two older gentlemen, and one was Al Fabergé, and Al was a Frenchman, and Al with his gray hair always had the older women coming up to him.
Because
And
he was so distinguished.
so I'm like, it's like my third day, and Al's working the evening with me, and he's like, Eric, I have to pee, Eric. I'm like, why are you telling me you gotta go? I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be back in 5 minutes. He gets to the escalator. 10 minutes. He's on the escalator.
Half an hour.
I'll be back in 20 minutes. You want coffee or tea? I'm like, so, and any housing went off a little. I know I'm told I tell too many stories. But translation: the good of the night to all. I didn't know it was Wenger's birthday today. Well, happy birthday, V.
Happy birthday.
Cha 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 cha.
Nice.
Have a very happy birthday. So, we've Rach and I, um, the week we spent in the Poconos, which was the week before this week, was specially planned to be the week without events, because this was the week with multiple things stacked up upon themselves that we had to attend to. And this is just going to be a general update on that, and we got some other updates to give. And we have a themed episode for later on in the
we'll give a little
season.
teaser later on about that.
We'll give a little teaser. But so Rach on Tuesday had an ungodly early doctor's appointment. When I say ungodly,
but it was so worth it. It
was good. No, but again, ungodly early. The only appointment that I know of that a doctor's office has had earlier than my endocrinologist one day a week starts at 6:30 in the morning.
Wow, that's pretty cool because you have to accommodate working people.
Yeah. So
I would have been all over those appointments when I was working.
So this was an 8:00 in the morning appointment. Oh God, too early. And I'm not used to still driving during like morning traffic, rush hour. Apparently, there's even a rush hour in a direction against the rush hour. So, in any case, we got there like 2 minutes late. 2 minutes.
But nobody said anything.
No,
they understand. They're not going to get here 15 minutes early to check in.
No, not. and Ray did all her checking in stuff online.
Yeah.
So. Oh yeah. Last week was a week without events, so we knew we could get away. And then this week is the week of event. We just got stuff that's kind of like planned. So this past week, we saw Rach's. For me, it was just the oncologist.
This is the medical oncologist,
as opposed to the one that like burns you up with radiation. This is the one that
in this process you have 3 different radiologists depending on.
Well, not radiologists. 3 different.
3 oncologists.
Yes.
You'll have many radiologists. Many. But yeah, so like you have if you're getting surgery for it, you see an oncological surgeon.
Right.
And then, to clean up everything, they send you for radiation. So that's the radiation oncologist who stays with you during that phase. And then you have your medical oncologist who stays with you for the 5 years, if 5 years, maybe longer, as you, because they monitor you,
Right.
for recurrence to make sure that doesn't happen.
So that was Tuesday, 8 a.m. Very nice office. Very nice. And, it seemed very peaceful when we got there. When we left an hour later, it was like all hell broke loose.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit. I was actually glad that we had an early appointment.
Yeah.
It would have been scary busy. I was like, wow.
Yeah, my next one is 10. No, it's like 11 or something.
Yeah, that's doable, So,
but it's gonna be crowded for you. But.
Yeah, but so it went well. All three of Rachel's oncology oriented doctors are women,
which I like that. It's better for me. My primary is a male. That's the first male I've had in anything, since I was a child. So, but yeah.
Well, yeah, you had our GP for a while.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Sakura.
Yeah.
But he wasn't gonna be like, "Oh, can I do a breast exam?"
No, he wasn't.
He would just be like, "You go to the radiology place and handle that. I'll write the order."
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Mr. Gunn, you got a point there. Take the first plane out, a few of the layers. This is what I was told at my cardiology office, which does all the scans and testing there. If you got to come in for testing, take the first appointment of the day or one of the first, because if you take the ones in the late afternoon,
oh, sure.
By then, things have run late, things have been fucked up, and your 3 o'clock is now, you got to be sitting around at 4:30.
Oh, yeah. Just like when I went for my scan, this is in the evening. And you wouldn't think it would be bad because it looked like a ghost town when I walked in there. And because it was a 7:30 appointment. And then, it was 8 when I was finally called, which is not bad,
Right.
Considering, but scheduling problems or something didn't go right earlier. And then you just inherited all the crap.
Somebody had to get rescanned. I know somebody in the person who went before you was a rescan.
Oh, no wonder why she was so pissed.
Yeah.
She's like, what do you mean I have to wait some more?
Yeah. Well, you have to wait because somebody else is you bring you back, whatever. But in any case, the oncologist that we saw went over everything to a T, and Rach will do hormone therapy, right?
Yes, anastrozole. So it's not the tamoxifen that I thought, but it's along the same lines as what I was thinking, and I had heard of it, so I was like, oh, okay, and she had a really good reason why, and I was happy with that because tamoxifen has been known to have as a consequence of it later on uterine cancer, and my mom passed away from that, so I think that was part of the reasoning behind going for that.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I was really relieved and happy to, have her explain everything.
She was very good with the explanations. Yeah. She was younger than I expected. Yeah.
But she could command the room.
Oh no, she did. Oh no,
she
was sure of herself without being arrogant, and that I've had doctors that are sure of themselves and have arrogance, and you're like, Well,
Yeah,
it's
that's
just,
how I get. I'm like, I don't know what you're wrong with it.
but no, she was.
They're too much into themselves. They're not gonna
Yeah,
take care of me.
yeah, no, she was very sure of herself, but she was also seemed very competent. You left there feeling,
Competent, empathic too.
yes,
Because it was like, oh well, I'm reading. I might not be able to do this or that, and she'd be like, all right, you can do this to a degree. It's like I'm not gonna sit here and tell you can't, have a good time and, take a drink every once in a while, but
yeah,
but I can't do it the way
don't
that,
go on a bender.
yeah, I can't do it the way that I had in the past, Um, so yeah.
All right, so Tammy wants to know more about this hormone therapy. Tell us more. What is it like? It's basically a
So
pill.
because my cancer, my cancer is all hormone receptive, like it's like 70% estrogen receptive, and then 60% progesterone receptive. We have to decrease the building blocks of those chemicals, and block them from being created. So it's basically stopping estrogen from being built. So they call it aromatase inhibitor. And that's what the function of that is. So that's what's going to happen. So she educated me about the side effects. I'm like, ah, shit. She was like, I'm not even going to lie. The first couple of months are the worst, and I was like, okay, um, some of the side effects can be like that, you can have joint pain, hot flashes, trouble sleeping, stuff like that. So, all the hormonal, I mean, not hormonal, but the lack of hormonal, all the menopausal side effects. So, it is what it is. Like, it could be so much worse.
Right.
And, like, I was happy when I got like the onco score paperwork in my chart so that I could see. I was like, oh, good. It's basically saying that like the chemotherapy on the infusion kind of thing would not be of use or help in my situation, that they have to attack it from the things that help the cancer proliferate. So because my cancer is estrogen receptive, and has a lot of receptors for it, when there's estrogen in the body, or high levels or whatever, um, it proliferates. The cancer grows more and can become more dangerous and can metastasize. And she was explaining that if it metastasizes, it's not really a cure. Like they can manage you,
right?
But it's not a cure. So I was like, oh shit, we better like really be careful.
We gotta stop it. We gotta stop it ahead of time.
We gotta stop like certain creams and lotions and things. Certain scents like patchouli, I found out, also increases estrogen levels in your body. So I'm like, okay, all those perfumes have to go. So it's a lot of changing things around, but worth it. Maybe I'm supposed to be learning about maybe toxic things that I was giving to myself, thinking they were lovely.
It's lovely, but it can't kill me.
Yes.
Tammy, Rach, you've been so open, honest, and brave in this process. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Score, what is that? What is that? You were referring to a score before.
Oh, the ONCO score, ONCO, in it's basically, I guess they call it adjuvant testing here in the States. And so with adjuvant testing, it's basically like they compare your cancer with other cancers in terms of their, I guess, strength and aggressivity, if that's even a word,
It is now.
or intrusivity. Maybe that's a better word, intrusivity, or not intrusivity. Oh my god,
Don't just explain it.
I can't
Don't
remember
find
the
it.
word, but to along those lines, like they check it against other people's cancers, and they come up with these scores. And I am not at all qualified to give education about this, but just like from my own personal experience and what I think it means and what I thought I understood from a medical professional.
You were pretty much in the ballpark.
Yeah. So um if you have an onco score under 26, then um
Hormone therapy.
it's a good thing, and I think that's what helps factor in the
Right.
hormone therapy.
So
Yeah, and you don't really get the chemo.
yeah.
So yeah, and then like they look at your cancer against other people's cancer, and they figure out like, there's a 3% chance that it could recur within 5 years. And then, and another column, it says like, oh, there's a 1% chance that it could recur after 9. So, it's just an interesting sort of, in some ways, like a predictor,
Right.
and where it falls in terms of like other people's cancers, and informs treatment.
As gamers, we're always looking at the odds, right? We always want to make sure the odds are in our favor, the best chance to hit, make our armor class the hardest to be hit, right? We always want to move those odds in our favor. So that's pretty much what a lot of this is doing. Mr. Gunn is talking. He did a little research, and aromatase has inhibitors lower estrogen levels by stopping an enzyme in fat tissue.
Yes.
From changing other hormones into estrogen.
There.
Estrogen feeds the cancer and contributes to some forms of cancer, breast being a key one.
Yeah.
And then Tammy wants to know about the scents. Interesting. What scents? Mark, happy Thanksgiving. Mr. Gunn, some perfumes are estrogenic.
Yes.
Aromatic compounds with estrogenic properties, parabens, phthalates, nitromusks have been an important and main cause of breast cancer. That's very interesting. So
nitromusk. I wonder how you know that. I think the perfume collection is going to be thinning a lot. But that's okay. I like living.
Wizards of the Coast game books quote cancer. Get rid of them all. This whole scent thing is new to me. Are there specific perfumes that are bad?
I was reading about patchouli, and then like, okay, so because there's like a loophole in the law for like companies that make like perfume or scented items,
right.
That they can just sort of write perfume or
we're not going to tell you the
fragrance, and because they're trade secrets, like Chanel No. 5, all these J'adore, Eternity, Flower Bomb, all these things have their own, I guess, patent, or it's their own trade secret. So I guess the FDA does not push for them to like have to disclose it. So, my feeling is, at this point, I'm not going to bring any more into my collection that isn't, where the company doesn't guarantee that they don't use, they have to be able to say that they don't use parabens.
We're clean.
Yes, or phthalates and things like that. So, and then like with certain creams, you have to be really careful, like body creams and stuff like that. Like I'm one of those people like, oh, we'll layer the perfume with the body cream, and oh, these Bath and Body Works ones, that'll match this perfume and go really well. Like there's a whole community on YouTube that is about these kind of things and only about these kind of things. And so like
We
if
thought
I
we were
hear
weird.
about and if I heard about something that smelled really nice over at Bath and Body Works, I'm like, gotta go, gotta get it right now, but yeah, I'm giving a lot of the stuff away, like to my niece, to my stepson's girlfriend, and probably to my sister too. um since they don't have cancer,
Right.
they might, and they don't have like an estrogen problem, like
Right. Yeah.
it's maybe they could benefit from it.
Right. So, Mr. Gunn, not to be crude, but some personal lubricants advertise as paraben free,
Yeah,
and the cancer thing is why.
yeah.
Um, Light Blue by Ducey and Cabana is
Dolce and
my.
Gabbana.
I can't pronounce these names. Is my go-to. Good grief, makes me
Mm,
think I have to think about these now. So not talked about. And
yeah.
Mr. Gunn, it's easier to find info about scents that are clean than those that are not.
Yes.
Well, you wouldn't advertise that you're not if you don't
Well,
have to.
that's the thing. Like they will, certain ones will list their ingredients, and that's part of their mission to have perfumes.
All right, well, they're clean.
Yes.
If they're not clean, they're not going to.
Yeah. I was reading an article, like a research article, where they were, in preparation of this like women's like special thing where they would like at a cancer center or something, they were like, oh, we're gonna have like a makeovers and all these lovely things that women love, and then they'd be like, oh, okay, that sounds great. And then so they were trying to find out what products and what are the ingredients, and but nobody would disclose
to
this person what the products were going to be, so that they wouldn't find the products and scare the women away.
Well, as Mr. Gunn says, women's beauty products have been dangerous for a long time.
Yeah.
In the olden days, they used white face makeup with lead in it.
Oh.
And lipstick with cadmium. Oh yeah, cadmium. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, not enough. Tammy's right. Not enough attention has been given to the issue.
Yeah.
It's these conversations are conversations that have to be had, and
yeah,
it's not thought about.
And it's interesting how something like cancer can bring that up, to be able to say, oh, there's so many toxic things in what we put on our body and on our face, whatever. And then, also that we clean our house with those fragrances,
well, I'm going to go
tend to be trade secrets too, I guess. Yeah. Not in the same way that like Chanel scents would be, but
well, I'm going to go as far as to say, because these beauty products are aimed at generally, for the most part, half of the population.
Mm-hmm. I mean, men wear colognes.
I'm not saying they don't, but I'm saying this is the colognes, the makeup, and all this stuff. It's aimed at the women, and I'll go as far as to say it's probably the men that are running most of these companies, and all they're thinking about is profit. And
right.
These are situations where you would be beneficial, not for the bottom line, but for life in general, to have people that actually use these products be the ones that manage these products. There,
right, and have more of a incentive and concern and interest in having them be safe.
Yep. So, Mr. Gunn, what frustrates me is the organizations tasked with protecting us don't. They are in the pockets of big business, and the politicians want to defund or defang them. We see that with Was it the FDA? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Come on. These guys, they retire from the FDA and they go work for Big Pharma.
Yes.
How does that make any kind of sense? Do your time at the FDA, suck up to the right people,
Mm-hmm.
make sure your decisions are profitable ones, and then you will get the money back on the end. It really is scary ass shit.
Yeah.
So we're going to step away from this
Yeah.
for a moment. We got a few things to talk about. I had a doctor's appointment this week with. Now I had already seen a vascular specialist, actually a vascular surgeon, when I was hospitalized just over 3 years ago, my third hospitalization of 2020, when I fainted. That's when I found out that I got a completely occluded, blocked artery feeding my brain, 1 out of 4. Um, Nice enough guy. And I thought, all right, well, I'm never going to see anybody working in vascular again. I think I start getting like was it spider veins as I get older.
Right, or there's other
Yeah,
circulation problems that come up.
right. But it's not something that you normally go and have to see. But my podiatrist, when I saw my podiatrist a couple of months ago, when she tried to do this machine that would check your basically your circulation in your lower extremities, your lower legs, the machine which had worked for the prior patient just crapped out.
Uh,
She was like, so she referred me to a vascular doctor. In this case, I actually saw a physician's assistant and a tech because the tech had to do the actual checking of my blood flow.
it was a sono person,
Yes,
right? With
it was a
a
sauna.
wand and the jelly.
Yes, and if you are diabetic, and I am a type 2 diabetic, if, listen, no secret. James Ward talks about it. If you're in this hobby, James is a type 2 diabetic. We have maybe type 1 at this point, but he's lost a foot to diabetes. So it's something that you got to be on top of. So as much as I'm not looking to fill up a bingo card with different specialists. It's really getting to be like, huh? I was told by the PA, the physician's assistant, who was very nice. She's like, listen, she goes, I can feel your pulse, I can feel the circulation. It's again the back of your foot, it's a little bit weaker, but it could just be deep. But you will leave here with knowledge. You're not going to leave here without knowing what I know about your circulation and uh, what, if anything, needs to get done.
Oh.
Which is very, you know, nice to hear from a doc or medical professional. And the tech, what? Swear to God, if it wasn't a retired cop, he's got cops in his family. Just had that kind of, you know, authoritative, hey, hey, get over here, I'll do that. Yeah, listen, you got to take your pants off, put this blanket on. I was like, all right. And he did it, and I waited about maybe 5 minutes for the PA to come back after looking at the results. She's like, you have extremely strong circulation. Everything looks fine. Everything is essentially perfect. I went, really? She goes, yeah. She goes, no follow up. You don't need to come back unless there's something that
Nice.
comes up. And I was like, wow. Because usually when you pick up a new specialist, it's like come back in 3 months, come back in 5. That I'm not saying it's like me. It's like owning a car, right? You say, oh, I gotta get a tune up again. I gotta get the oil changed. Shit. So yeah. Um, so I'm gonna catch up on some of the comments.
Yeah.
Mr. Gunn, yep, the old revolving door of money and politics.
Mm.
Oh, Tammy, we're gonna get to the garden growing in a minute. Uh, Mr. Gunn has no brain, so an inclusion would not, and it would in the neck would not be a problem. However, cutting off blood flow to my hiney would be deadly. Um, yes, what was explained to me, uh, not just at the time, but also by the PA, is that when you have a completely occluded artery, and your body compensates. She asked me, "Did you have any symptoms? Did you have any loss of speech? Did you have any, basically, any symptoms of having a minor stroke with it?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Nothing. Wouldn't have known if I hadn't passed out over lunch and got taken to the hospital." So she was like, "Well, you're one of those rare cases where the body completely compensates and we just leave you alone."
Wow.
And I was like, "Yeah, I take my miracles one day at a time," and I certainly took that
Yeah.
miracle happily. Mr. Gunn, did you get dinner and a movie before taking off your pants? No. Sadly, no. I don't think he would have been a great date. He would not have been much of a talker. Uh,
Talker.
Jr. Yeah, Jim Ward lost a foot.
Oh.
Yes, to diabetes.
Oh.
You know, he's talked about it, and he's talked about his struggles with diabetes. If you read his Facebook post, James is very open about it. So, uh, yeah, he's a charming man. He joined an IRC chat, internet relay chat, with my university D&D group back in the 2000s. And we didn't know
Aw.
he was creative royalty. Yeah, no, and James is very active on Facebook. So, yes, I'm glad my exam went well too. Uh, thank the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Passed the ketchup. All right, so Tammy wanted to
Ah,
know
yeah.
about the garden. How does your garden grow, Tanka? My garden grows very well. So, we have,
Well, we need to be bumblebees.
yes, we have to be bumblebees. And Bumblebee. By the way, there were, I don't know if there are, if the doorbuster sales are still going on drive through, but there were some pretty good sales. So this is actually something I bought on Amazon. It's oh god, what's the other garden? The
Arrow
it's
garden?
an Arrow Garden product, but what it is,
Oh.
I don't know if you can. There you go. It buzzes like a bee. Look, it has a little bee face. Look at that. But what it
Mm-hmm.
is up on top, and I was watching a video. You can apparently use an electric toothbrush for the same thing. And you take this and you go from your tomato blossoms. My tomatoes are blossoming, like 18 blossoms are blossomed right
So we need to
now,
do this for the tomatoes and the strawberries. We have a
and
lot
the
and
peppers.
more coming.
So when
Oh, I forgot.
you got to pollinate tomatoes, especially indoors. I also did not know that you can manually pollinate, kind of like, like birds and the bees, right? Um, you can manually pollinate even your
Bee
outdoor
production.
uh, peppers. I probably have to do it next year. I think I'll do that. Your peppers and your tomatoes outdoors, you can actually pollinate them yourself, and it will increase the yield because more of these flowers will actually produce.
And you know we're gonna be outside.
I'll be out there. I'm I'm fucking the tomato plant. You want to play with the tomato plant today and give it a good reach around? Come on, come on. Um, uh, Jr. looks like a rectal crusty trimmer. Yeah. Oh, oh, if you press too hard, it turns off. All right, so
It's meant for delicate
a
flowers.
delicate flower. Sadie, you want to see this? The cat's like, what the? You want to whack it? Go ahead and whack it, girl. Whack it, whack
We
it.
know
You
you
know
want to.
you know you want to. So tomato blossom. No, actually, Matthew, we have a Gardyn,
DYN
Gardyn,
garden.
and it is a hydroponic uh, planter that stands, has three uh, stalks or trunks that come up from the reservoir. So it's a 5 gallon reservoir, and then these stalks that go up each hold 10 pods, so 30 pods, and then you got two strips of LED lighting. So you can grow your plants inside. Why did my camera get all blurry-fied? There we go. So we've already harvested the lettuce twice. Still, I could make another. I can do another dinner of a nice little salad. I'm looking forward to our tomatoes. We've got peppers and jalapeno peppers coming. We have 3 plants. Strawberry plants come dormant, but they're fully rooted. And I'm going to order another 3 more because we have. I think I put the fertilizer in a little bit too early, maybe by a half week or so. So some things didn't have established roots, and the fertilizer overwhelmed them. So uh, I sex toys on plants for better yields. Rach is cheating on you with the cherry tomatoes. The cherry tomatoes. And soon we got our first blossom coming on the pepper plant. There you go. Now tomatoes are self-pollinating, so you don't have to have a second plant. They will pollinate themselves. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. Does this make your indoor garden seasonless? In other words, are the strawberries coming in February, March?
Yes.
Yes. And they should be coming throughout the year. So we're going to have, of our 30 plants, 6 will be strawberries. 1 tomato, 1 pepper, uh, 1 jalapeno, 1 mint, 1 cilantro, 1 basil, 1 thyme. We have time.
Yes.
1 thyme. Oh, 1 what was it?
Mustard
Thai
still?
Thai basil.
Thai basil. Yes, that smells so good.
1 mustard
And the
plant.
regular basil.
I think the red mustard, one of those made it. The other mustards, like I said, I don't think they were established enough to fertilize
Oh,
burn
the
them
green
out.
mustard didn't.
And then we have arugula, and then various different types. Dill. Dill is doing way too good.
Yeah.
It's going crazy, I tell you. And
We're
different
gonna have
types
to
of
harvest that and try it and
yeah.
put it
Oh,
in the.
we got kale. Yeah, we got kale.
No, kale died.
Oh, kale died.
2 kale died.
Oh no, we've got a what's the one on the bottom?
Cilantro?
No, it's
Mm.
maybe not kale, but it's another one like that. But we have a number of greens, leafy greens, delicious. Nothing.
Oh, like a bok choy almost.
Yeah,
I can't remember the name of it. It's
yeah,
a tea.
Yeah, but I mean, there's nothing that compares to taking fresh produce and eating it. The miracle of hydroponics, yes, Mr. Gunn. Matt, I see. If you weren't a cop, I would think of other things growing in a hydroponic gizmo. Yeah. Listen, I have never been one to like the smell of skunkweed. So yeah, unless I could grow gummies. If I could, if I could grow my own gummies, but instead I just I'll get my 2 or 3 gummies a year from somebody who buys them otherwise. We're talking Black Friday deals. Stonewall Kitchen, LL Bean. Uh, no, the wacky backy is not what we do here in this household. I'm sure it would grow very well in these hydroponics because everything else grows really well.
Yeah.
And
that was always back in the day. Like it was always like everybody wanted the hydro.
I know. and when we would pinch people with hydro was always they were always buying it in test tubes. You wouldn't get it in a baggie. Hydro always came in a test tube.
It was for the classy.
It's like you got hydro, and
I'm like, more bougie,
dude, you got hydro with like stems in it. I mean, you really
your hydro is shake, my dude.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. Come on, dude. We didn't go all that crazy about Black Friday this year.
Last year we were like, we need a treadmill, so we got a treadmill.
Right, and this year there was like, here we got our anniversary present for ourselves was the Gardyn, the hydroponics. Mm-hmm. So that was our major purchase of the holiday season. Um, we were okay with like our tablets and our phones and all the other fun stuff. Maybe the Apple Watches, but if there's
Mm-hmm.
oh, I gotta charge it after this. You're down to
Mm-hmm.
9%.
Uh-oh.
But there was just nothing really earth shattering. Some years there isn't. I think that here's the issue with Black Friday. You have Prime Sales Day, right? And then Black Friday sales started like I don't know last week.
Yeah, I feel like Black Friday came kind of early, and like that Black Friday this year wasn't such a big one.
Yeah, you know. I mean,
Maybe it's because we weren't looking for certain things, but
yeah, it wasn't. Listen, there are years when you're like, all right, well, we got to get this.
but then I also started Christmas shopping early because I didn't know how I'd tolerate radiation. So, I have a lot done, Always there's still more to get, but by and large, I did a lot of it early.
Yep. Uh, Matt, I saw one of those test tubes once and was like, "Oh, come on, you're trying too hard." I didn't know about the hydro thing. That's what it was at the oh god, the turn of the century.
And the
90
odds.
in 99, 99, 2000, 2001. When we would hit like
Mhm.
the weed spot. Well, it usually looked, I don't know, a little deeper green, but one guy just had it was like half shake. And I was like, dude, you
It's not
do
gonna work for you.
yeah, I'm sorry, man, but I'm still arresting you, but you got screwed. So Zach, hey, it's Rachel and that nerdy dude who follows her around. Very, very. I know. Actually, I drive her around too.
Yes.
Okay, I drive Miss Rachel, not Miss Daisy. I drive Miss Rachel. Um, see, I can't go to Costco around this time. All right, so little history.
We're gonna need to.
I know, but I worked retail for 8.5 years. So through my college time, actually, my college career lasted 8.5 years, so it almost matched up perfectly. Um, but I worked at Star's department store in Flushing, New York for 8.5 years, and I never enjoyed Christmas until my last year working there, which was 95,
Mm.
because I was able to get off Christmas Eve. I was seeing a person.
Oh, right, because your family does the major stuff
Yeah,
on Christmas
I was
Eve.
able to get because
Mm.
normally I would, you'd work till 6 theoretically, but 6 meant 6:45, 7 o'clock, as people were still shopping. You got to take me right. We had a uh, we had a divisional manager one year. Oh man, it's been like probably 94. Uh, he went down to security at 6:25 and went over this loudspeaker and went, "This is Warren Lissiger, divisional manager of Stern's department store. The time is now 6:25. In 5 minutes, we are releasing the dogs. When the dogs are released, we cannot be responsible for your personal safety. Please make it to the exits now." And I looked at him because I was like, he goes, "Fuck this shit. I'm the last one out of this building. I'm not staying." I was like, God bless you, Warren. So, Zach, I have literally forced the atomic destiny of my apartments to attempt to get more stuff. Notice what Zach said there, by the way. Read carefully. Plural.
Oh, so they have an apartment for his gaming stuff?
Yes.
Oh my
Just saying. Just saying. Uh, let's see. Super automatic coffee machine. That's friggin' fantastic.
Mm.
We still have to use our pasta machine.
Yeah.
We got to do pasta this week.
Yeah. So
Well,
we can get ready for Christmas.
we'll celebrate Rachel's radiation with low carb pasta, homemade.
Fabulous.
It's what we do. Zach, I will have to admit defeat one day, maybe in the 40s. So you're saying it's going to take a decade and a half before you admit defeat?
Never. If ever.
Oh, Mr. Gunn, I do Instacart for Costco and online shopping. I guess part of this, the joy of going to Costco is the holy shit. I never would have realized that because when you find stuff like you find the wisps cheese pretzel
Oh
bite things,
yeah.
you get for like $8. You got what would have cost you like $40 somewhere else. I mean, I think we finally
It's
on
the
the last
wisps
bit.
that are going to make us go back.
Yeah, they are going to make us go back.
Mhm.
You don't always
Those
know
are good.
what they have. Like they had the Catalina Crunch Oreos for a while, then they
Yeah.
stopped. They had the high key chocolate chip cookies for a while, then they stopped.
I thought that still is there.
And they might be back again.
Came
but,
back.
Yeah, but you know, so you gotta if you are like we are not keto, we are low carb. Okay, I'm not looking to have a ketogenic diet where I can like check my pee and make sure I'm
Yeah.
but we do go lower carb because it's good for my blood sugar. And it generally keeps the calories down a little bit too. Instacart is awesome if you can afford it. I'm happy to pay the premium for the time it saves me.
Mm.
I got you. Hey, listen, every year
There's something though about going and looking.
Yeah, but
I mean, I guess
Yeah.
you need to. I guess some people can do it online. Unless I understand what it is, it's kind of hard for me to just do online.
Yeah.
I'll probably miss like a lot of stuff.
So I mean, like we actually we're in New York City, so what do we? I subscribe to Uber as for the Uber One because it discounts the fees for our meals, and we generally order out at least once a week, so that's 50 times. And we do Uber on occasions, and then it pays us back. Probably by the time we reach the middle of the year, we're ahead of the game. Zach, yes, I have a second apartment just for old computers, RPGs,
Aww.
and electronics of every decade except the current one.
Oh.
My wife insisted. I need a place to sleep, Zach. Get this shit out of here. Matt, as a complete tangent, your real apartment is better than the Zoom backgrounds. Maybe turn the bookshelf a little towards the camera. Well, yeah, that little bookshelf there. Well, I see that other bookshelf. If we did, then I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a litter pan right in front of it. So
I guess we could move the litter pan around. We'd have to measure that wall.
But the reason why I use a lot of those backgrounds too is I don't know if you can see it, but I'll duck my head right behind my head. That's Rachel's chair. So if I'm doing a short video, there's a good chance that Rachel is just sitting there waiting for me to do my video, and then we're
watching a video herself.
Right, watching a video herself, and then we'll go back to watching YouTube or watching something on demand or whatever. And if I'm doing a live, Rachel usually says, "Fuck this shit."
It's like, I gotta go see a little bit.
Yeah. I'm gonna hang out with the doggy in the bedroom, which I don't blame her. But sometimes she'll stick around for the first few minutes so she can, make fun of Rob or something like that. She doesn't make fun of Rob. No, she likes Rob. We all like Rob.
I do.
We all do. Maine just got its first Costco last week. We have
BJ's.
Wow.
Yeah, we have a BJ's here too. We just haven't been there in a very long time.
Yes. And the reason is I'm not gonna go into it. But I was like, we left our cart behind. That's how frustrated I was. Online, I went, "Oh really? Fuck this shit." You figure out what to do with it.
And it's like blah blah blah.
Yeah. I think was I still working back then?
Yeah, you
Oh
were
my
working.
God, that's how long it's been.
Oh yeah.
I've been in there just to meet my parents, but never actually go shopping since then. All right.
Yeah, we had to pick up Shannon because she didn't want to be there anymore.
Yeah. I can't do Costco. I mean, I can't do
BJ's.
BJ's. Costco is awesome and almost unusable by a Dinks couple. I'm afraid to ask what a Dinks couple is, but so oh yeah, Mr. Gunn's talking mostly about food shopping from Costco.
Okay.
Yeah. So see our Costco, just like the Walmart and the Poconos no longer gives gas, our Costco doesn't do gas. And why is because the Walmart and the Poconos got a lot of pushback from the community. I don't know about the community businesses because they felt it was stealing business away from
Right. It
gas
would.
stations.
It would
cheaper.
impact the small business.
But the hot dogs, a hot dog and a soda for like $1.50.
Yeah, that's really good.
Can't beat that. Not as good as Dominic's hot dog, but it's pretty damn good.
Their pizza.
I'm trying to catch up here. Hot dogs and churros and gasoline. Love the churros.
Oh, churros!
Can't
Never had them there. I've only had them from the ladies in the train.
If you want to hear my alarm go off for high blood sugar, give me a churro. Soaked in sugar and sugar. It's like sugar with sugar. You cannot leave Costco without spending $200.
No, yeah.
Usually around $350. Yeah. Because you usually find something like, I really need this set of whatever you don't need. But you do need it.
You just had no idea that you needed it until you got there and saw it.
Hey, I really like the selection of cheeses, salami, etc. I just don't need 9 pounds of barbecue flavored powder. Yeah,
that's true.
Yes, walked out of BJ's. I would, without going into much details, I was frustrated with the fact that they allowed someone to cut the line in front of me, didn't bat an eye because they were apparently given preferential treatment, and I was like, you know what? Fuck that. Yeah, man. I hold it.
Have fun putting your shit away.
Yes.
That's my
statement. Dinks, dual income, no kids. I didn't realize that. Thank you, Tammy. Oh my God, we're dinks.
Yeah.
Dinky doo doo, dinky dee. I did not know. Costco does have a pharmacy, and their prices are apparently very good.
Oh.
If it was more convenient to get to, I would probably move my prescriptions there, but
yeah,
it's not that convenient to get to. But also, I understand that you don't need to be a Costco customer to use their pharmacy.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yes, in an eyeglass place, our Costco has an optician, I believe. They can check.
Has an optical in it?
Yeah. And the glasses are pretty good. Yeah, Mr. Gang gets all worked up talking about the Costco. Actually, our Costco, the one that we go to, is in Long Island City, and it's right on the river.
The East River.
And it's got, so you can get your hot dog and walk over to a bench when the weather is allowing it, and be swarmed by pigeons as you eat your hot dog and look out over the water, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
And I believe, like, New York City has hawks. We have eagles now. And I believe my my father saw an eagle snatch a rat
Oh my God.
from
That's
the
very
water.
New York.
That's if you're gonna see an eagle snatch a rat, it's got to be in New York City. Yeah, BJ's, going from memory because it's been a number of years since I've been my local BJ's. Um, has Costco is everything in huge bulk, and BJ's is sometimes things in lesser bulk,
Yeah, they're bulk, but not as
bulky.
bulk.
What part of the city has that old raised railway that was converted into a big park?
Oh, it's Manhattan, the Highline Park.
Yes,
Hmm.
it's on
On the west side,
right.
like between
I don't even
I think it's like
lowerish
yeah, it's like it between like maybe 34th down
to like the
to
14th or something like that.
14th. It's like Chelsea and
Yeah.
yeah.
I've never been on it. Never actually walked it. I've seen some videos of people walking it. It
Hmm.
looks nice. I've taken a few walks in Riverside Park when I was a sergeant in the 2-6, and I took a few walks alongside the lower part of the river, the Hudson River, on the west side when I was working in IA.
Hmm.
Because a lot of times there were, I worked with a captain who would be like, "All right, we have to have an important conversation." I'm like, "Okay, we're going for a walk." And I was like, "Oh Jesus Christ, Cap!"
Because ears are everywhere.
And yeah, he just wanted to get an excuse to go out and go for a walk.
Oh, okay.
I was like, "All right." How was everyone's Thanksgiving? This is Tammy. Firstly, given we talked about the extra drama that can happen, we had absolutely no drama because it was just the four of us, and my father was suffering from a bad cold.
So we ordered in Italian.
Patricia's from Maspeth.
Yes.
And it was very good and huge servings, and we got 2 dinners out of it. So I can't complain. I had what did I have? I had
You had ziti with
I had baked
grilled
ziti,
chicken,
baked ziti with grilled chicken. Yes,
and I had chicken franchise.
so it was good. It was low key,
Yeah.
but and cleanup was the easiest cleanup.
Oh
I think
yeah.
I was like,
That's
wow.
my kind of clean out.
I mean, there's nothing to clean up here. Just put a few things and get done. And it's
Hmm.
like, wow, I can handle this. So, all right, folks. Well, I think that I thank you all for hanging with
Thank
us. It was
you.
really awesome.
Yes.
Uh, got to see some people drop in that I don't always see commenting, which is
Mhm.
good to see. Um, oh, so we've teased something that we want to do. So, what we'd like to do, by the way, what we're going to try to get done before the end of the year, likely, is we're coming into, we don't normally discuss a lot of this stuff, but we're coming into trying times, right? You look right now, there's protests, whether it's about dealing with the Middle East, the political scene in the US is going to be getting hot and heavy. Um, and you or people you know or family members,
Right. Even just like just living life and just different um situations and different issues that sometimes people have, like addiction, things like this. Um, they can lead to in- incarceration.
well, I mean, even before that, it
Oh,
could lead to arrest.
oh
All right,
yeah,
because not every arrest is going to lead
to
to
incarceration.
incarceration, but we want to listen. I worked in law enforcement for 20 years. I made 140 arrests, participated in probably another 8 to 900, um, and I've been part of the process of having people go through the system. And you can make it harder, you can make it difficult, or you can make it relatively easy and painless, or you can try to do things that if you get caught up in this or a family member gets caught up in this, you get that phone call, you need to know what it is that you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing. So we want to go over that, and time permitting, we'll go over what
Like the impact on family.
impact on family, and basically there are written rules in incarceration,
Yes,
and
the
there's unwritten
etiquette
rules.
that people often have to live by when they're incarcerated.
Yeah. So
You
we
know, and
go
also like, how it changes a person. People get used to living under incarceration, and then what is it like when you come out?
right.
That's a whole other
Yeah.
kettle of fish that
The difference between being in central booking with the expectation that you're likely going to be getting out soon,
Mhm.
going from that central booking aspect to county, or if you're going to be
Or
looking
going from
to
county
be
to state
state or
prison or
federal.
federal. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of
Um,
changes that you go through.
Zach says, I hope Rachel has the best Thanksgiving weekend ever, and should she deign, she should let Eric have some leftovers, but only if no one else wants them. The leftovers are already gone. There's no more leftovers. They're gone.
Yep, we eat them up. We had them. We had them the day after.
Yeah. Yes, man. It is
Yeah,
certainly.
this is what's great about not doing the turkey.
It is certainly a sign of the times that what you
Mhm.
do when you get arrested is necessary content. But when I turn on, I don't watch a lot of mainstream TV, but when you turn on the news now, it's protests, protests, people getting arrested. There's people, I don't want to call it rioting, but as it's going to, society is going to, as we get closer to the elections, and probably immediately after, no matter which candidate walks away with the golden ring, um, you're going to have people on both sides that are upset with the results, and you're going to have people that are going to contact, get in contact, be contacted by law enforcement. And there are such certain basic things you can do to make that an easier process, or there are things you can do to make it a much harder process. And we just figure, uh, yeah,
Right, we've seen different aspects of incarceration and its impact on, um, self and family.
yeah.
That you
So,
we do our best to try and share.
all right, folks. On that note, as always, be safe, be well. God bless. Roll the dice, roll the well, and of course, yes. Zach says if he gets arrested, he'll let Bad Mike call Ty. Get yourself a good criminal attorney. That's all I'm gonna say. If it's a Dewey, maybe Ty, but if you get, yeah, you don't want to be the one going. I I should have called Saul. I could have called Saul. We miss you too, Zach. We miss you too. All right, folks. On that note, be good. God bless.
Take care, everybody.